Hello and welcome to another episode by CDBTC. Today is September 8th, 2021. Yesterday we had the huge Bitcoin flash crash, and the rest of the crypto market also followed. But we're not going to talk about that. There's a lot of channels already talking about that, whether it was the longs, the over leveraged longs, El Salvador, and the government or the FMI or the World Bank trying to send a message to them. What we're going to talk about today is how Bitcoin is being used in El Salvador. You're going to see live examples, Bitcoin and Ethereum in the short term, Solana and FTT, watch them because they're starting to break out again. And we're going to talk a little bit about Digible. So if you think that's interesting, stick around. This is amazing to see. So this is a Starbucks, and we can see how someone just walks up, places an order, opens his wallet. The people in the Starbucks have their own wallet as well, and it's instant. Remember when we talked about how Bitcoin could never be used as that because it's slow? Look at that. It's amazing. This is a Pizza Hut. And this is basically going on in seconds, faster than the credit card. This is another case of a Starbucks. You can see that they have the prices in dollars and Bitcoins in Satoshis. And the person is explaining. He's now going to generate the QR code. He shows him the QR code. The person opens his wallet, scans it, clicks on send. And this is so fast in seconds. This is quicker than when you take out your credit card, put it in the slot or scan it. This is incredible, amazing, and this is something huge. This really is impressive because this is really game changing. A lot of people don't see beyond the fact that Bitcoin is being accepted. It's benefiting both parties. The people who are paying with Bitcoin, most of them are people who are receiving wire transfers from their families in other parts of the world. If I try to send a wire transfer to someone in El Salvador, I'm going to have to go to a Western Union. I'm depositing $200 to the person, but I'm going to pay 30 or 40 or $50 to Western Union to send a wire transfer. Now, those 20, 30, $50, I'm going to be able to send them directly to that person as Bitcoin. So he's going to get the whole amount. Nothing is going to be captured by Western Union. So he's going to have more money. And from the retailer side, the Starbucks, the Pizza Hut, the small mom and pop shops, they're going to get to keep more of the money. A lot of those transactions are currently being executed on credit cards. And you know, the credit card companies, the processing companies, the banks, they all take a slice. So those 3, 4, 5% is going to go into the companies. Those companies can use those funds to improve the workers' salaries or whatnot. But in the end, the bottom line is that both the consumer and the retailers are going to be getting more bang for their buck. Imagine this on a global scale. Of course, that's why the banking system does not like this. And this is a direct message from Naive to the IMF because the IMF published an article that introducing Bitcoin as a legal currency is not safe for countries. And of course they would say that because they don't want to lose the grip these banking systems, the IMF and the World Bank, have on poor nations. They like the poor nations relying on them for funds because they can come and do whatever they want in these poor nations. With Bitcoin, they won't have that opportunity. One of the things that they reported on this document or blog, crypto assets as national currency, a step too far. This definitely is a message to El Salvador. And what do they say? They're saying that it's extremely volatile, that Bitcoin peaked at $65,000 in April and then crashed to less than half of that value less than 2 months later. Oh, yes, because that doesn't happen to national currencies. Talk to someone from Afghanistan, from Iraq, from Argentina, from Mexico. They're going to let you know that national currencies are also risky. You got to remember, Bitcoin has been here for 10, 11 years. And in the long term, Bitcoin has always appreciated in price. No national currency has been able to do that, not even the US dollar. You can buy less with $1 today than you can buy 10 years ago. So even the US dollar is devaluating, not Bitcoin. Bitcoin has appreciated in price during the whole 10 years. If you bought Bitcoin 10 years ago, you would have more money. If you bought Bitcoin 5 years ago, you would have more money. If you bought Bitcoin 1 year ago, you would have more money. It's always appreciating. Bitcoin is the only appreciating asset that we've had in a long, long term. And that's not in the hands of a few select people or institutions. And then they're talking about this financial uh, integrity because it could be used for money laundering. What more money laundering than what goes through the banking system already? The Economist magazine estimates that about 500 billion to 1.5 trillion dollars is laundered through banks each year, even though there's so many regulations. So I don't think that much money laundering is going on through the Bitcoin network. So it's just excuses because they're scared. Let's move on to the second part, Bitcoin and Ethereum in the short term. Well, right now, Bitcoin is trading in this channel. We had kind of like a fake out, but uh, I'm not executing any trades on Bitcoin. So we had a very volatile move yesterday, which we need the markets to settle down. Okay, so I'm just waiting in that period. I'm not making any decisions on Bitcoin right now. I'm just watching it move within this channel. Okay, it's trying to get above these moving MAs. This is the 30 minutes. It's trying to get above this moving MAs, but it hasn't been able to sustain them. So short term, I'm looking to see if Bitcoin can get above these resistance lines, also above the MAs, and retest it. That would be the first step before making any further moves, okay? But we're seeing a little bit of bullish divergence here with the price coming down, but the RSI creeping up. The same can be said for Ethereum. I'm just watching this top level of resistance. There's not a clear pattern down there. We can have something over here, and we could have a broadening wedge. So I'm just gonna watch this for now. Right now, in order for the broadening wedge and the price of Ethereum not to come down to 3,186, would be for it to hold this level, okay? But the positive thing is that Ethereum has already jumped above the short-term moving averages on this 30-minute. On the daily and on the 4 hour, there's not much to do or much to say. We're just holding above the 200 daily moving average. What we want is Bitcoin to close above the 200 daily moving average. Okay, that would be good. Right now, we would be doing that. We have wicks coming below that, but the wicks don't have that much weight. What we need is Bitcoin to close above this. Okay, if we don't, then the next prices of interest would be between 42 and $40,000. But let's take it a step at a time. In the meantime, we have Solana in this interesting pattern. I was hoping I could stream before, but I couldn't make it in time. But I seen Solana with this pattern. Remember, we've seen this pattern before. One, two, three tab pattern, and we have this short-term resistance of which Solana broke through for a nice 4% run. But then we had this other resistance, a little bit longer time, and we are popping out. Remember, this pattern usually always ends up with the tokens appreciating in price, and Solana is one of the best performers we have this season. So I'm gonna stick my guns to the strong ones. This is what I was planning, opening a long over here with a 0.45 risk because you could have a stop loss right here and an 8% up. So it's a 7.86 R to 1, and we are almost there. We can also see the Solana is consolidating above this moving average, so this is nice, and this could take it on another move up as long as Bitcoin does not puke. Okay, FTT is another Sam coin. Remember, we have the Sam coin packages. This one is also looking like it wants to turn around. I'm gonna delete this. This is something that did not work out. It failed, and this is the place where I was stopped out. Fortunately, we came down, but FTT is such a strong coin that it's already trading at a price above the place where I was stopped out. And as you can see, we were breaking out of here. So I'm looking for a retest. If we can get a retest and the price holds around here, I'm going to open a trade on FTT as well. And finally, I'm going to talk about Digi. Digi is an NFT marketplace, but it's not just any NFT marketplace. Unlike OpenSea and other NFT marketplace you may be familiarized with, Digi is not only a digital marketplace, but it reunites or unites the digital with the physical. So what you're going to be doing on Digi is trading not only the NFT token, but also the physical asset, which in the end for me is where NFTs should end up. They should end up being more than just JPEGs, artworks, because those are nice. But in the end, what's the function in that? So I'm looking for NFTs that represent something physical, like a property, like a house, land, a car. And this is a very good start. I think the Digi is onto something. Right now, it's trading at 0.048. It's gone up 6% in the past few hours. This looks like a very interesting place to jump into Digi. As you can see, in the past few days, it was trading at 0.059. Of course, the market corrected, and we came down to an important support level where we bounced. The RSI is almost down to the oversold territory. So that means that this is where you would like to buy. This is where you would like to sell. So right now we're in territory where I would like to buy. And look at the last time the RSI was at this level, we had a price run up. When the RSI was at this level, we had price run up. When the RSI was down at this level, we had a price run up. So this is a very nice level to get into. Remember, we could still have like a retest of this area or even come down to this area. That would be even better because this is a very strong area of support, okay? So you could you would be looking for entries. If Digi is able to break out of here, it's probably just going to continue moving up. But if it's rejected, you're probably going to be able to get an entry over here or over here. That would be a very nice place to enter Digi. I'm going to be creating a video, an exclusive video about Digi, talking a little bit more about it, details, who is participating in Digi. There's a very famous person involved, which I think is going to help Digi gain a lot of momentum. I'm going to say this right now. And Digi reminds me of Omi. I bought Omi in June last year. Nobody knew about Omi. It was flying under the radar. It was trading in Hotbit. And this gives me Omi vibes. Oh, by the way, you can buy Digi on Uniswap and it started trading on Hotbit today. So thumbs up to the Digi team. And before I forget, DYDX just liberated the airdrop tokens. This is a amazing airdrop. So if you got it, congratulations. Hold on to it. Don't sell it. You know what airdrops did in the past. If you got the uni airdrop and you sold it in the first few days, you'd be pulling your hair out. If you got the 1 inch airdrop, you would also be pulling your hair out. So do not get rid of your DYDX airdrop right now. Let's wait until Bitcoin continues on its run up and you're going to have a nice amount of value in your hands. And if it doesn't happen, well, you didn't have it in the first place. And remember, MetaMask already announced they're gonna be airdropping something. We just don't know when and we don't know how much. But keep participating in the DeFi system because as you participate, a lot of these platforms will give you airdrops when they launch their tokens. So if you like the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.